Welcome back guys, this is Amino here. In this video we will be discussing Python variables. I wanted to discuss this topic before we discuss data types as we will be using this concept in that video. So without any delay, let's just get right into it. First topic of this video will be variables and how it is different from the other languages, for example C, Java, etc. If you don't know what variables are like containers. As I told you before, in a program we take the input from the user, process it, and then give the output. Now during the process part, what happens is we store the values given by the user, right? We need to store those values. Where we store those values is known as a container, that is the variables. As you can see, variables are containers for storing data values. The data can be of various types, for example strings, numbers, floats. We will be discussing these in data types, and these are different types of data that we can store. If you don't know about that, don't worry, you can skip this video and go ahead and watch the data types video first, but I would not suggest that because we are going through a curriculum here. So Python variables are to store data. For example, if I can declare a variable like this. In Python we don't need to declare any syntax or command like int in C. If you know about C, if you don't know, just skip this part, don't worry about it. In C language we use a int command to declare a variable. In Python we don't need that. Alright, all we have to do is use the assignment operator, and it will automatically create a variable for you. Let us create a variable with the value 20. Now I just told you first difference that we don't need a declaration syntax or declaration command here like int. The second difference is that here the address, if you know that the variables are stored at an address in the RAM, all the values that you declare in a program are stored somewhere, right? So that is the address, on it is stored at an address. All right, so in Python the address is provided to this, the tag, and the tag is on this value here as I have highlighted. In other programming languages like C and Java, the tag is here. Now if it does not make sense right now, I'll make sure that I'll give you an example. I'm always giving an example proving you that this is what is happening. So once you have declared the variable, you can actually print it out, or we can take the output like this. So I just told you about this print function. You can read it up here also. So we are getting the output 20 as expected. The environment is running and we are getting the output properly. Now what is happening is an ID or an address is provided to this variable named as var. Now this is the address where this value is stored. In other languages what happens is this address or this value, the ID, is provided to this name here. While in case of the Python language, let's take another variable with the same value. Alright, so what we are doing is we are putting this same value 20 into two variables. Let us see what is happening in this ID part. As you can see, both the IDs are same. Why this is happening is that because Python language is providing the same address to both these values. This part is not discussed in major contents and books that you will be reading because it's not that important, but how we have to know that what is happening inside the Python language, right? So we need these variables to store multiple types of data. First thing. Second thing, how it is storing? It is storing at an address. All right. So that's all. I have told you how to declare a variable here and what is the ID, how to get the ID of a variable. I hope you know what a print function is. Moving on to the second topic, how to name your variable. This is very important because as you know that there are some rules and regulations that must be followed while writing a program. You can't just go ahead and declare any variable you want. This will be an illegal variable. Why? Because you can't start a variable with a numerical value. Alright, so if you are starting a variable with a numerical value, that will create confusion for the Python language and it declare it as an illegal variable. As you can see, let us try to assign a value of 7 to 2 var. It will show an illegal variable name here. As you can see, it is showing a syntax error here that this variable is illegal, invalid syntax, right? So we need to take care about the names of the variables also. As you can see, the value here is now assigned properly. So what are the variable names that you can actually use here are some. Let me show you some examples. These variables can contain any number of characters like this. No worries, it's working, right? So you can use alphabets to whatever means you want. This will change the value of var here, the second statement. Now you can use this underscore sign. This is the only special character that you can use inside a variable name. As you can see, this will not show an error, right? So you can use this special character. All other characters will be giving an error to you. Even the spacebar is a character. So let's say we are trying to put a spacebar between this sentence, like let's take another example, my name equals. So this will be given an error. Why? Because space is a special character that's here. Alright, my name Amino. This will give an error here. We are trying to assign a string here, and it is a collection of characters. I'm repeating again and again. So this won't work. While we can actually do this, right? If you want, you can print it out. Go ahead and play with it. Don't worry, the errors will rectify themselves once you are. I'm sorry. Yeah, question mark is also an special character that you can't use in variables. Like you can see that this print statement or the output statement is giving an output. So we are good with these. I hope you had a gist of what we can use and what we can't. Alright. Now, as you can see, we can assign values to variables here, and we can take the output anytime we want to use them accordingly, or whatever means we want. You can also perform some arithmetic operations. I'm sorry. As you can see, it will give an output of these two, summation of these two statements. So moving on, let us try to assign. This is a very slow process for assigning the variables. In most cases, you will be using other user programs to get the values. However, let us try to the very advantageous part of Python is we can actually assign many values to multiple values in one statement. As let's get what I'm trying to say here with an example. So we have three values, x, y, and z. We want each value to be different here, right? So all you have to do is make sure these are comma separated, and you can actually do that. So there is no error. Alright, you can print these statements if you want. X, the 20 will be going into the x, the 30 will be in y, and 40 in z, and so on. However, you can't do this. 3 values in 2 is not assignable. Like you can see here, that is a value error here, expected 3 but got only 2. So you can do this. Alright, you can print those statements if you want. This won't show any error. Or you can do one more thing, you can actually assign one value to all the variables. What we are doing here is we are assigning this 20 to all the values x, y and z. When you print this, as you can see, let me just make sure we have mentioned everything so that it's not confusing for future references. As you can see, all the values are 20, and in this case all the values will be different as we have assigned multiple values to them. Alright, so I hope there is no confusion about this. Now as for the how to get output, I am actually giving output to you guys right now. Like, so you can see that print statement is an output statement and we are taking output from that. I hope this is not an issue. The main part is now the taking input for variables. Taking input is I hope we remember that how to take inputs from the last video. If you have not seen the video, I will provide the link in the description. So this is the way we take input from users, right? So once we have taken those inputs, where are we going to store them? For example, if I type my name here, as you can see, it gives an output instantaneously. It is stored somewhere, but we don't know if we can use it, right? So whenever we want to use this, we store this value into a variable. This is how we do it. And now we can print whenever we want. Numerical values or not. You can actually put numerical values either. It will give a string either way, as you can see. Alright, so if we want numerical values, you can use int command as shown before. So this is actually typecasting, what we are doing here. We will discuss it. This is a type of int. If you print the type of this, it will be in integer type. We can operate differently with some integer parts and with string parts. Here you can see that it's an int here. So this is all we have to discuss during this session, and I hope every point is clear. Taking an output, how we assign multiple values, single values, names, and what are legal and illegal names. We cannot why can't we use special characters? And if you don't get anything, go ahead and try, comment it out. I will make sure to rectify the issues you are facing. And if you want to try something, please go ahead and try it, because this is how you learn, right? Now please make sure you have seen the whole video and try to make your own file. This file will be provided at the end of the course. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.